The fuck? In the aftermath of the terror attack on Zolotar, I'd been unconscious for some time. When I finally opened my eyes, it had been Nikolai, one of the wolves of Selene, who stood vigil over me. The wolves had apparently patched me up the best they could and cared for me until I could be on my way. Nikolai was concerned and apologized profusely for the transpired events.
I am really sorry that it turned out this way. Oh, thank you.
I got you, no worries. It's not your fault.
I know, it's not what we all expected.
I would
It's
like
alright.
to... I had something I needed to discuss with Runa and Greenie as well.
I believe I have the authority to say that I am the most senior member of the Wolves.
Okay.
So I can relay any message to Runa if you want that. I can also try to get her here, but that's gonna take a while, and I think the tension is a little bit big.
Alright, well, maybe you can relay this to Runa, or actually just discuss it with her then, because here's the thing. I've been authorized to speak on behalf of the Fireflies. I'm kind of close to them. And you and the village are both invited to a meeting tomorrow. It's going to be a meeting in Pusta at 6 p.m. EST. It's going to concern a mutual cooperation against a certain group known as the Masquerade.
Nick? Nope, not Nick.
Oh, alright.
So obviously this is confidential, so only tell
Yes,
as
absolutely.
many that need to know. It is
As the ambassador of the Wolves, I understand this entire.
very good, very good. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST
When you guys get
in
done,
Pusta.
both of you,
Alright.
to walk like the kind of bottom of the
I'll
hill,
try to speak with Greenie as well
where the,
and see if I can get him to join as
I-
well.
like the bonfire, and big circle there,
So
we'll be together.
I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Well, the
Mick?
kind of a hard topic
So-
that you're close with the fireflies.
Mm.
So happens that we kind of dislike the Voice of Brenna because of their mission to restore society,
Oh, okay.
and the fireflies support the Voice of Brenna.
Oh,
their
okay.
mission
All right, all right.
by a note that was sent by them to the Voice of Brenna. We saw.
Really? Conflicting forms of society? Now that seemed like a luxury today. Regardless, that would have to be dealt with through diplomacy, but I decided to leave that task to Harry himself. I just needed to get everybody to the table. After that, it was basically out of my hands and all down to the Fireflies to unite them. I mean, messenger I can be, but politician? That was way beyond my pay grade.
We will most likely get there
Okay,
to
okay.
Pusta because we have a common enemy there.
Yes, that was what I was thinking too. Soon, Runa and the Merrymen returned from the skirmish, and I was delighted to see that both Greenie and Raven had made it safely through this tragedy. After some consoling and expressed sympathies for the victims, I began pulling the strings to get everyone to meet up at the village for my formal deliverance of the invitation to Pusta. I'm gonna head over to the village with Greenie. Got some things I need to discuss. Wanted to ask if you want to join or if you want to stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
I don't
Stay
have
out of
anything
it.
else to do, so.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Small miracles.
Let's do it.
Appreciate y'all holding it down afterwards.
No clue. Yeah, no problem. I mean, we're here to help out our friends, so what we're gonna do.
You guys trying to get up? Is that
Actually-
what I was told?
Who's this guy? I don't think we met.
I'm Ego. Nice
yeah,
to
to
meet
grab
you.
some stuff. All right, I'll let you.
Oh, there you go. Alright. I didn't get the chance to talk to
That's
many
all I
people at
can
the
imagine.
party. I was out
didn't-
kind of
I
doing
never
security.
even
Yeah.
Are you part of the Merrymen?
Oh, yes, sir. My name is Mick. How you doing, partner?
All right. I'm doing good. Are you perchance like anyone who's making like the decisions among the Merrymen, or
Thank you, brother.
He's the man making the decisions.
Yeah, they forced me into it,
Really?
but I guess I do want to.
Anyone got any food for
You know what?
those of us who are recovering from our injuries?
I would like to ask you to, if you have
Up here.
the time,
Whoever needs it.
would you be able
Thank
to
you.
follow over to the village? I have some things I want to discuss
Thank you.
with the heads of the factions up north.
Have you eaten?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Need a bit.
we could make that happen. We can head over there for sure.
Save your
All
Get us all
recipe.
packed up and we'll put it together. Did you already invite Miss Bruna?
I think Runa is already in the know-how. I talked to Nikolai earlier, so he has
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right here.
most likely...
Are we walking all the way back to the village for this powwow, or? I don't know. It depends. Do y'all have anything planned over here, Runa?
Right now? No, we're just
No.
recovering. I'm ready. I'm available.
Alright, if you want to
We're,
join, you're welcome to do that. I mean, I just assumed that Nikolai told you what I told him.
He did. So tomorrow, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Is when that
exactly.
is? Okay.
Alright. Well, then you pretty much know. You're welcome to join if you want to, but you're not going to hear anything else, you know?
Fair enough.
Okay.
I might.
You guys have fun on your
I'm-
super top secret conversation.
Yeah, I might be back. I might be back again in a little bit if y'all still be around. But once me and Ego have our talk.
If not, you just follow the shots, okay? You'll hear us.
Yep, I have no doubt.
Alright.
All right.
Thanks for your hospitality.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, Rena.
Bye, Wolves. Bye, everyone.
Well, alright then. The entourage was decided, and it consisted of the village and the Merriman. Not a bad roundup. Since I'd already invited her, Raven tagged along as well. The wolves already knew what was going on, but Runa sent Raven partly as an envoy to make sure that nothing of value was missed during our gathering at the village. However, as always, Raven was in the mood for playing around. For fuck's sake! Who threw that? Come on, who threw that?
Who threw what?
It's still rolling.
Good
It's still
lord.
rolling.
While on the short road over to Mount Clan, I had some time to reflect on what had happened, and I realized there was one thing that bothered me. The issue wasn't the fact that the bombing had occurred. That had been tragic, yes, but nothing close to an impossibility. However, what was impossible was the fact that I had survived. I had been right close to the center of the blast, and I still lived. How was that possible? I didn't particularly like my unspoken answer to that question, and so I decided to cut it short and leave it be before my imagination got the best of me. I had important work to do.
So, what were you talking with Runa about, like, whatever is going to happen tomorrow? I don't really...
Oh, I'll talk to you all about that once we get to the village.
Okay.
Don't you worry. I won't leave you out of the loop. Jesus.
I'm guessing it's a conversation best for the safety behind walls, I guess.
Yeah.
Where do you hail from, Mr. Ego?
Well, I actually have Swedish heritage.
Alright.
So I don't mind telling you, OOC, it's kind of extremely late. But I am intent to see this meeting through.
Definitely interested in what you got to say.
Jack, do you mind posting up on the tower and just keeping an eye out?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
As a hero in all of us.
Yeah.
Just looking out for people.
Well, that's very kind. That's very kind.
Apparently you met Mr. Axel. You've been up to Sherwood Point before, and I just missed you.
Yeah, when I was there, basically only Axel was around. And this was like way before the storm.
Oh, okay.
What's this about, Ego?
This was it. I'd finally arrived at the apex of my self-imposed assignment to get help for the Fireflies. It all hinged on whether these factions had good relations with the South so that they'd be willing to cooperate. The Wolves had given me notions that there existed some kind of a socio-political schism which might be cause for concern, but that would have to come later. Right now, I wanted Greenie's and Mick's take on this. The time had come to lay it all on the line.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't really just come up here as a friend or someone looking to connect. I mean, that was part of it tonight, but I'm also here kind of sort of like an emissary. I have been authorized to speak on behalf of the Fireflies. I'm not officially part of them, but I'm like loosely affiliated with them. We've kind of become like good friends in the past weeks. They wanted me to tell you, because I kind of get the gist of your groups. You know, you're all for protecting and all that, and that's very good. You are, along with the Wolves, invited to a meeting which will be held tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST in Pusta. At this meeting, the idea of a coalition is going to be discussed. This coalition will have two priorities. One secondary, of course, the standard one, like always look out for, care for the little guy, yada yada yada. That's all well and good. But the primary objective of this coalition, and this is the part that needs to be handled confidentially, is going to be gathering intel, you know, share, coordinate, and then finally make a move on the group going by the name of the Masquerade.
You definitely have my ear on that one.
Have you any experience like with this group?
Oh, yes. Yes, we have. I think all of us at some point.
Mm-hmm.
This coalition, of course, it's actually already started. It's got the Fireflies at the center. And I know for a fact that the Boys of Brenna is 100% on board. But that's kind of what I wanted to tell you guys. So tomorrow, Sunday, 6 p.m. EST, you are all welcome to Pusta to discuss how we move forward with the Masquerade. Or against the Masquerade.
Alright.
I can tell you the village will be there. Any movement against the Masquerade, I'm all on board with.
Very good, very good. Much appreciated.
Yeah. The Merrymen will be there for sure.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Try to cure that sniffle first.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right. I will be heading back down south to tell Pete and Harry that they can expect you. From what I gather, the Wolves will be there too.
Probably.
I feel like you guys, you're the closest, you know, ally types that we can trust, you know. And I don't think I need to, you know, reiterate that this is strictly confidential. We don't know if they have like agents within, you know, like sleeper agents or anything like that. So just bring on board the ones that you really trust with this.
Roger that.
Got it.
Sounds good. Absolutely.
Very nice. All right. My job is done.
Alright, 6 p.m. Central.
EST.
EST.
Yes.
That.
Yes. Right on. All right. I will be taking my leave then. It was good seeing you again, Greenie.
Yeah, you too, Ego. It was really good.
And nice to meet you, Mick, for the first time.
You too, partner. Yeah, good to meet you. I think somebody mentioned you stopped by the first time, and I just you on the logs, so.
I gotcha. All right. Well, I'll be by there at some point, and you'll be able to, you know, cook me a real dinner like this guy didn't do.
I wasn't expecting to have guests tonight.
No
Didn't give me time
worries,
to
man.
prepare.
No worries, man. It's all good. Raven, you wanna walk me outside? Alright.
Here, you guys can jump out over here pretty easy.
Very nice, very nice.
Just
Thank you.
right off there.
Ooh, that was dangerously close.
I'll probably be back over to the castle in a few minutes.
Okay, me too.
Take care, guys.
Yeah. Alrighty. You too. Stay safe.
Safe travels, partner.
Have a good one. Alright. Now it's up to you to escort this emissary. You know?
Which way are you heading? This way?
Well, I'm actually, right now I'm just heading down the mountain. Out of character, you know, it's 5 a.m. here, so, yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's actually 5:30. My bad.
Oh my god. If I can't see you tomorrow, you know, it was really nice seeing you after so long.
Yeah, same.
And who knows when I'll see you again, but hopefully it won't be too long until then.
Yeah, I hope so too. Like everything that you said right now. I hope that, yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm not good with words when it comes to you. I don't know why. Here our roads, you know, separate.
Bye, Ego. Safe travels.
Yeah, stay safe, alright?
Do.
Give my best to the wolves. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And so, she was out of my life once again. As I left the north, comforted in the fact that I had finished what I set out to do, I felt a strange sting leaving Raven once again. That airhead surely was the source of my smile every single time I saw her. Thinking about her appearance, it occurred to me that both times I'd met her she'd worn the wolf headdress, but now at least it made sense for her to wear it. And this time, I'd finally got to see her without her shades. And I had to say, she did have some of the most beautiful eyes I'd ever seen. But if you tell her I said that, I'm gonna mop the floor with you. The following day, my arrival at Pusta coincided with another masquerade attack on the fireflies. Pete had reached out to me over radio with a request for aid, and as I approached the village, though I was tired from the long journey back, I quickened my steps nonetheless.
Anybody there? Talk to me, guys.
Here you go, Speak.
Oh, Jesus.
What's affected?
Hey, man. You need food?
What's your keep going? No, I'm alright for now.
Alright.
There was at least one in the compound who boosted over the wall. He may have dipped after the shot me.
Gotcha.
You don't have to be here if you don't want to, man. You can get out if you need to.
Nah, it's alright. It's all good. Strength in numbers, you know.
This time, it was Harry that had borne the brunt of the assault. The masquerade assailants had apparently boosted over the fence and caught the leader of the fireflies off guard. My support had seemingly arrived too late to be of any assistance. Still, I was hoping that the news about the arriving envoys from the northern factions would lighten the mood.
I'm fairly confident the courtyard's clear. You want to raise your gun? Just keep your gun up. Alright, I'm gonna do the code. And
Yeah,
if they're in there, just be ready to shoot.
Yeah, it seems to be clear. Oh, Jesus.
Well, thanks for your help, though.
Yeah, no worries.
I appreciate you.
Was it just the one guy?
There was at least two. You need two people to boost in over that wall.
All
Where
right.
they boosted in. It can be done. There's nothing really we can do about it. But yeah, we keep an eye out for it. I was in here, as you can see from the mess, and we just hopped down, and I literally woke up, heard someone on the roof, and then they dropped down, and that was it. I heard another person outside though, so they were released too.
You know if Pete's around?
He is around, yeah. He's doing Overwatch at the moment.
Okay, okay.
Can I make good on that offer for food if you've got any?
Oh yeah. Hang on.
No worries.
Hang on.
Thank you.
Can have another one.
Yeah, this morning it all went to shit as well. There was two guys passing through, and they were trying to boost in. They picked up a tyre over there from a car. They'll bring it round.
Man, the flies were really hurting badly these days, coming under constant fire and being undermanned after Torchwood had seduced most of their members away. They really needed this impending treaty of cooperation to work out.
20 minutes ago I looked right dapper, I did. Leather jacket and everything, it looked well good. Now I look like this.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
That's alright. Comes with the territory, you get used to it.
Well, I got good news for you. Tonight, there's going to be a gathering here. I kind of feel like I want to debrief both you and Pete.
Yeah, I'll ask him over.
Yeah.
What an eventful morning we're having here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, tell me about it.
As Pete came in from Overwatch duty, we got to talking inside the Firefly barn. I told them everything that had transpired. The ceremony, the terrorist attack on Zolotar, the meetup at the village, and the agreement for everybody to attend the impending conference this night.
And I talked to Greenie of the village, and Nikolai and Mick of the Merriman, leader. And I basically told them that there was going to be a meeting tomorrow, i.e. today, or tonight, at 6 p.m. EST in Pusta. And they all told me that they are going to show up. They are going to arrive here. And I made sure that they know that this is to talk about the coalition against the masquerade. And they were looking forward to it because everybody voiced concerns about it. Everybody had grievances with it, and so forth. So it's looking good, boys. One thing, though, I want to point out. Nikolai let it slip that the Wolves of Selene might have a little bit of a hard time working together with the Boys of Brenna. Because just like the 506 and the Carnival are opposites in Chaos versus Order, the Wolves of Selene have a little bit of a philosophical split from the Boys of Brenna, since the Boys of Brenna want to bring back, the old world. The Wolves of Selene does not. In fact, they're pagan. So they did say that they didn't really like them that much. However, they also added that this is, a friend, an enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew about that going into this with, both eyes open.
Right. So which groups exactly will be showing up then?
Wolves of Selene,
specifically.
Merriman,
Yep.
and the Village.
Okay.
Those are the groups I know of, and those are the groups that, I talk to, the heads.
Well, yeah, frankly, I don't much care for what the Wolves of Selene think. I've not heard anything about them, really, and it comes down to them or Boys of Brenner, I'll happily pick Boys of Brenner. But
Oh, sure, I understand
if they
that.
can work civilly together, then I'll take both of them, because we need all the people we can get. But
Yeah, I don't think they have any love for the Masquerade at all, so they are willing to cooperate. That's the vibe I got, at least. I just wanted to mention it so you guys were aware of it.
I appreciate the heads up because, like as Harry said, I haven't met these wolves.
I don't think you're going to have any problem with the wolves. This was just me mentioning it so you know the kind of dynamic that's going on, you know.
Yeah.
So you did well, Ego. You've done really good. This is promising. I feel hopeful for the first time in a long time, and I think it is going to take a concentrated effort between multiple groups in order to pin these bastards down. And I'm more energized now than ever. They just shot my good friend Harry here. They've tortured me. We made the journey to ORCC last night and made contact with one of them. And they've also routinely been getting shot by the Masquerade. Oh. They've been killing their clients. They've been really just causing havoc there. And by the sounds of things, the man I talked to from ORCC was convinced that they hang out there almost predominantly, is what he was saying. It's kind of their HO in that area, or HQ rather.
The location for the Masquerade? Is that like up northwest?
Yeah, I forget the name of the town. I'd have to check my map.
Sinistock.
Yeah, Sinistock. There's some rocks up there. I think they live outside of Sinistock somewhere, or at least they have some kind of like stash there.
Oh, I think I know where that is.
All right, fellas. Well, hop in your vehicles real quick. I'll lead you up the mountain. Follow my shitty Jezebel here, and
Absolutely.
she'll get you up there.
Ooh, look at this setup. Nice. Remembering back when New Hope was set to sign the Dolina Accords with the Drifters, I instantly knew the location Pete was talking about.
I don't got a firearm on me, so I'm hoping y'all are good shots, because if they charge my ass, I'm gonna have to run screaming into the building.
I think they're focusing down on the town, actually.
Yeah, probably killing those zombies. There's a ton down there.
There was a group once long ago called the Drifters. I was up there. They were based up there. That's like an overlook of the entire Sinistock town.
And they shoot right into the town.
Yes,
leisure.
that would be
so
workable,
it's been
yeah.
a big problem for them, and I didn't tell them about this. I just didn't have enough time to. I couldn't trust the guy we were talking through a fence. There's definitely some potential there to increase our relationship, and in terms of guns and ammunition and armor, I kind of gave them a laundry list of what we need, and they'll try and increase our reserves so that we can do business, and hopefully they can supply us at a decent rate in the future.
That's very good.
As we were talking about tonight's event, we got interrupted by someone arriving at the gate. It turned out to be Stark, a member of the Boys of Brenna.
Hey Stark, great to see you again. Thanks again for the lift last night.
No problem.
Stark, you are an official member of the Boys of Brenner, right?
Right.
Okay, good, lovely. We are having a meeting to discuss the Masquerade at, what time is it again?
6 p.m. EST.
6 EST. 6 EST.
Okay.
Here in Puster. Because there's been a lot of groups having problems with them, as you yourselves have, enough we have just recently. And we're going to get a bunch of people together and see if there's anything we can do about it between us. I'd like if Boys of Brenner could make it as well. I know it's a bit short notice for you guys, but be good.
I might be a little late. I will pass it along to Rick and Eli and the rest.
Yeah, as long as one of you can make it, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm sure they're
probably using it. Yeah.
Relationship with the Wolves of Saline, by the way.
We actually have been meaning to talk to them, but haven't had a chance to get over there.
Oh, great. Do you think they'll be able to make it, Ego? Is that what did they say?
Yeah, they're going to be here tonight.
Right, lovely. Well, yeah, they're going to be here at this thing, so it might be a good opportunity if you can pull them aside and have a chat with them.
I could tell that Harry was on top of things. Though he had voiced his preferences, it was apparent that he wanted this to work and would handle the situation accordingly. Diplomacy could be a tricky business, and more often than not, a delicate touch needed to be used when dealing with groups whose motivations and agendas differed radically from each other. The next day, the sun was already going down as I approached the Fireflies compound to attend the conference.
Alright, here we go. Time for the meeting. Yo, yo! Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't tell me I'm the first to arrive.
You
You are indeed.
Okay.
After a little while waiting, the first guests arrived.
I do believe we might have people outside.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Village
Greenie with the
officer.
village. Alright, cool.
You're the first people to arrive, and you're actually on time. He goes
Alright.
here as well, to be
I
fair,
hate
but,
being late.
yeah, you can come on inside. I haven't actually met anyone from the village before, so it's pretty interesting seeing you all.
Yeah, Ego's a friend of mine. He told me I should probably be here.
Is that cheating fuck I hear?
And that's me.
I've been told to never play tag with you.
Yes. I like to win, what can I say?
Oh. Welcome down south.
Pardon in, lads.
Yes.
Actually, in my defense, we never officially established rules of that game anyway.
Just take a seat, young one. Jesus.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Greenie.
Hey, Greenie. I'm Pete. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Also, we don't know anything about the order. I left a note on their gate, but I haven't heard anything from them, so we'll see if they show up.
Wow, you made the swim all the way over there?
Yes, I did. It was cold, it was wet, it felt fruitless, you know?
That sounds miserable.
Yeah, it was. So we're just waiting for the stragglers to arrive.
At least we were on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody got any music?
Actually.
Oh.
I'm telling you, you're inside my head, Ego.
That's how we do it.
The night began with some small talk about the local situations both in the south and up north. The peace-loving Fireflies were particularly interested in knowing about the democratic workings of the village, a system which was not attempted by many since the fall, and Greenie went on to elaborate about his part in their community.
Essentially, yeah. There's two other chairmen who help me co-lead, but I guess it is me doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I'm the most awake, I guess.
So if you're running things, then everything is corruption, of course, you know.
Of course, yeah.
So
Good for the
you guys
village,
basically have a full functioning community up there, from what I understand. Everyone has a proper job and things like that. Have I got that right?
That's the idea. Since the storm, it's been kind of every man helps out with a little bit of everything, but we're finally starting to finish up construction of the new village, and I think we can start to finally settle into giving everybody their unique roles and just letting them live how they want, help us out, and hopefully just live peacefully now.
Right. Wow. Good job. That's takes a lot of resources, a lot of effort, especially up north. So hats off to you folks for making it happen. And hopefully this meeting and we squash the masquerade and things will get a little bit easier for a while.
Oh, right. I actually had something I was curious about, and now was the perfect time to ask the question.
Have you ever, seen all these trading cards?
Yeah, I've seen some lying around. Scattered all around.
Yeah.
Yourself a storage box for him?
Yeah, I found a storage box for it. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I've got 4 cards. I've got a Dark as Midnight card.
Burn it.
Yeah, I got a Guardians card. 506. And...
Burn it.
and Rangers Chinaris.
That one you can keep.
Pissed on that one.
Rangers Chinaris.
What is your guys' relationship like with the 506?
And we've had some interactions with the 506 in the past, nothing hostile. They decided village back before the storm to walk with the Merrymen as like a neutral ground, and that didn't go very well because one of the Merrymen flipped sides and joined the 506 right in front of me, which was interesting.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I was afraid right then when I saw that it was gonna degrade into a gunfight right outside our walls, and luckily that didn't happen. Major Austin did stop by with a couple of his people a little bit before that and sort of subtly accuse us of raiding Zeleno, which, why would we raid Zeleno?
They love
but
to
nothing
point
ever
fingers to justify their actions, which is ridiculous.
But nothing ever came of it. He asked me some questions, told me he thought I was lying to him, and then went away and nothing ever came of it.
Ah, there we go.
Or excuse me, Greeny.
Hey, boys, Brenna.
Finally.
How many of you guys got with you?
It's just me.
Stark.
Yeah.
Come on in, brother.
Yeah, I actually met Greeny yesterday. But first time meeting Ronan and Jack. Hey, I'm Stark with the boys of Brenna.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Yesterday, after leaving the village, I went by Altar and saw there's not really much going on there, which I'm sure, which you guys from the Fireflies have seen.
Yeah, we were up there as well. Sorry.
I did stop by the Roach Motel and ran into Peter, who I hadn't met before, and he said that on Friday evening he had killed 2 members of the Masquerade up at Altar for getting shot himself. So I guess what I'm piecing together is maybe a couple other guys got coasted and.
Interesting. 2 of the Masquerade dead already. Of course, there was no way to know who had died or how this would change things up, but any one of theirs going down surely was a win for the civilized groups of the land.
Oh, there we go.
It's about goddamn time.
You got eyes
Just
over there,
an
Irish?
hour later.
Hello.
Yeah.
We're here.
Oh,
Can we pull in?
Yep. Runa.
It's the Wolves of Selene.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Came as soon as I could around to do it.
Well, sit down. We're having ourselves a little bit of a campfire sit down, discussing things.
The one group I haven't heard the Masquerade attacking at all, but maybe they have as part of the whole trying to start stuff between wolves and the clowns is, well, yeah, the carnival. We haven't heard any stories from Lolo and Squirrel visit us down in New Brenna pretty frequently. We haven't heard any stories from them.
Maybe they fear the clowns.
While we were all discussing tonight's issue prematurely, Greeny was also on the radio with the Merrymen and saw fit to give us an update.
Yeah, they're probably about 7 to 8 minutes out now.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
On their way down, they're driving. I think they just got
Seems
a
like
late start.
more they're pushing the car, not driving it.
Yeah, it's only about a 15-minute drive.
Took the scenic route.
I'm sure Mick had trouble wrangling his group of special boys together.
The Merry Boys.
Yeah, Merry Boys. His special Merry Boys.
Air quotes.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering, like,
that's them.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Nice.
Welcome in, boys. Nice to see you.
Good partner.
Yo, Mick.
How you doing, Runa?
Hey, Mick.
Did your car stall, or what happened?
I had to help out a buddy.
Alright.
And so, the first official conference of what promised to be a coalition against chaos was in session. History as we had written it was in the making.
Yeah, I think now that we're all here, we can get started. And Of course,
Let's
I
go
want to
down
thank
to business.
everybody. I want to thank everybody for making the trip. I know some of you guys live pretty far out north, so it's certainly appreciated. There is some food and some provisions around, so if you're hungry and you need some stuff for the drive back, you know, of course, help yourself. And just a few housekeeping things. I mean, we're all friends here, so I don't see it being an issue at all, but I just ask you to, of course, keep weapons holstered. You know, we all sort of have our own values and walks of life, but the fact that we've all made an effort to be here today, I think, really says something. But that's really all I have. I know Harry has a few things to say. Where are you, Harry?
I could hear nervousness in Pete's voice, and I smiled. Poor guy must have issues with speaking in front of a crowd. And so he turned word over to Harry, the orator of the group.
Right, well, my fellow survivors, friends, and those who've dared to dream of a better world, I thank you all for being here. I've spoken to a few of you here today, just before this meeting, and I can safely say, in this unforgiving wasteland, we have all felt the sting of desperation and the bitter taste of loss far too many times. But today we are gathered not as scattered remnants, but as people united by a common problem, the masquerade. Masquerade is a cancer that has infected this world. They thrive on chaos, oppression and fear. They're bullies who revel in bringing their victims into the same darkness that they celebrate. Cowards take joy in turning brother against sister and neighbour against neighbour. But today we say no more. The masquerade are not a large force. They're little more than a collection of high school bullies, bouncing from one side of the playground to the other, picking on those smaller than them. But together, we will rise against these bullies and overcome them. With everyone here, we can forge an alliance, a union of survivors. Because united we are stronger than any force that they can muster. We will fight them together, hunt them down together, until the job is done. Now I know some of the groups here have been separated by their differences in the past. But this problem affects all of us. And if we can set aside our differences, we can beat them with just a little elbow grease. Now if anyone has any strategies they would like to put forward, now's the time. I have a few ideas myself, but I'm open to other people going first if they have a thing that's particularly pressing.
What followed Harry's inspiring words was a lightning round of speculations of whereabouts, refining interjections, and ideas of strategy.
Well, I'd venture to guess that they are nomadic. They do obviously cover the whole land, but somewhere they have to hide things.
I would add too, I mean, we have experienced fighting groups like that, you know, Sake and Loyalists, very much similar in how they operated. And do we have any clue or idea as for what area or region that they would possibly have these potential stashes?
Someone said that there was a trail leading to Walter for a while. That was a theory. But that's been checked out, and there isn't much there.
I mean, the running theory is Sinistock. Up by the
That's what ORCC seemed to be very adamant on.
Yeah, the cliffs above the town.
They've got to have motor vehicle transportation. There's no way they can hit so many people so quickly, and they always do it on the same day.
I saw the car. I saw the car today. Alright, so I made it back from the party with the wolves, and when I had showed up, the masquerade was there. They were trying to hit me with the car, and I was playing chicken for a while. And they were like, we're not telling you to move. And I said, I'm trying to make it interesting. You should maybe try to get better. They then shot me in the leg and told me to be their speed bump and ran me over this morning. They were in a red, what was that, a Gunter?
Gunter.
With two
A
doors
red
on the
Gunter, you
right
say?
and two doors on the left. Yes.
Interesting. I had an experience like 1 or 2 weeks ago near Ratnoy. I was with one of my oldest friends that now is fucking dead. A red gunter saw us. It was coming from Ratnoy. They stopped the car at the exit of the town. They got down. They didn't try to interact or anything. They just started shooting. I've got a bullet in my back, and my friend, poor little dude, got a bullet right in the back of the head. The car, I can tell you 100% sure, it was a Red Gunter.
Hey, I'm gonna put this information out here. Boys of Brenna recovered a Red Gunter last weekend from Severograd. It was parked up by the mine. We drove it back to one of our garages. It's been sitting in there since. I will make sure that for the duration of this, that car is gonna stay in there until we get it figured out.
The groups quickly set about deconstructing false leads and clarifying notes of suspicion. Once this was done, we moved on to the strategy phase, bringing up the plan itself and its execution.
It would take a lot of coordination, but how would you all feel about systematically searching town to town throughout Chernaris? I think between all of us here, all of our groups, we probably have manpower in the 40s, maybe closer to 50. I think it's definitely doable if we split up territory. I mean, I don't want to speak for the Wolves or for the Merry Men, but our three groups in the Northeast, we could cover a lot of ground if we set our mind to it.
Maybe if you guys are covering the Northeast, Boys and Brenna and Fireflies, we're more here to the south, so maybe we could cover this area a bit more predominantly.
Just remember, communication is going to have to be key in this. This is a good first step, but like for a swift response, like everybody needs to be in touch as much as possible.
Agree.
That's a great point. What would be the best way for us to do that? Move forward?
I mean, I'd probably say the same way we. Go ahead, Harry.
We can stage further meetings here on a regular basis, once every month or two. On top of that, then we could go for more in-the-moment communication, such as like radios and things like that to keep in contact that way.
Has anybody been in contact with any 506 in regards to any encounters they've had with the Masquerade? How do they feel about them?
I know they were hit once in Zeleno, but hadn't really thought of them as friends, honestly, so we didn't invite them to this.
Yeah, I will be upfront in saying that I have no interest in working with the 506 on this matter. I think there's a few people who share that sentiment.
I very much agree.
Yeah, we definitely
I just was curious.
I mean, even for the safety of everybody standing here, I don't want to bring anybody else into the fold with our troubles.
Agreed. Austin doesn't seem like the kind of guy who likes to work with other people anyway, to be honest.
They're too proud.
Yeah.
The only people they'll work with is people that have been in their pocket for years.
Poor 506. Even if I wasn't denying what was being said here, I did feel a bit of sympathy for the lords of the Free State. But heavy-handedness did come with its own costs. It was the same in the sandbox as it was in adult life. You play rough, and you will play alone.
Make sure that as much as possible as well that we are working with each other, so that it's not just one group running at a time, because that has not worked so far. So Intel is going to be our best friend when it comes to this.
Should we establish these quadrants, get hard limits on where we're going to be searching, just so we're all on the same page before we go?
I think that's a good idea. What's people who are closest to each town, I think.
It was agreed upon that the Allied groups would divide South Zagoria into separate zones of interest and make regular reports on a common radio frequency which would alternate as needed. The Wolves and the village would jointly patrol the Midlands since they were close neighbors. The Merrymen would secure the Northeast as the North had always been their territory. The Boys of Brenna would regularly sweep the West as well as the southern coast, except for a few sovereign enclaves belonging to strong neutral parties, while the Fireflies would maintain Command HQ in Pusta as well as defend the southeastern lands stretching to the eastern seaboard.
Right. The only part that leaves out is the northwest. The two groups who live there are the NFA and the Outrider Courier Company. I think ORCC might be a good one that we could get in with to ask about checking their part of the map.
Yeah, what are the PIDs you've seen for members of the Masquerade?
Yeah, that's a good one. I have seen the one that shot me today was wearing a, the crooked mask thing, like the jagged.
The final parts of the conference contained discussions about how to identify members of the masquerade through characteristics and recognizable articles of clothing. As the conference was coming to a close, in the spirit of the moment, I saw an opportunity to make my little official contribution to this event of historical significance.
I just wanted to say, because we are going after the masquerade, people hiding like cowards, I hereby christen this coalition the Upfront Coalition.
That's right. Wait, we're the Upfront Coalition?
Yeah, because we're honest, you know? We're open.
I like it.
Cool.
Coalition up front.
Right, well, before everyone disseminates, just want to make sure that everyone is keeping an eye out for intel, any information at all, and keep actively going on it. And let's take them on the offensive.
Suddenly, as the conference was nearing its end, a sharp pain in my head interrupted my focus. I could hear a ringing in my ears, and it was as if the colors of the world all melded into a fiery red. No, not this. Not now. The pain was excruciating, and only by sheer willpower did I manage to remain on my 2 feet. I tried staying focused, but I started seeing flashes, strange things before me, visions of gold and red, choked on a vile miasma carrying the fragrance of something fierce and deadly. This was getting strange and dangerous. Since Zolotar, I had had nightmares, of the bombing to be sure, but more than that, the sacrifice. I hadn't gotten rid of what I first had thought were simple signs of a wild imagination crossed with an overstressed mind. My head was unbalanced, and in this condition, I was in no position to be of any use to my friends. I was closing in on making a vital decision.
Alright, well, folks who need food, there might be some food in that tent there, if there's still some left over to the left just there. Welcome to have it. You can stick around for a bit if you like. Socialise and get to know your fellow coalition members for a bit. But yeah, thanks all for coming.
It's been really great. I'm glad that you guys made the effort to come out.
We got a long walk back. We're gonna get out of here.
I'll get that lock
I
off.
appreciate you guys
heading
walking
out
down here and being the first and on time. Without a car.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. We're looking forward to working with y'all. All right, Mick and Runa, you all have a safe travels back. We'll be seeing you soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We'll be in touch.
Take care, guys.
Pleasure to meet y'all.
Yeah, see you go. Stay safe. Good to see you again, brother.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a good journey.
Yeah. You guys be good.
As the conference came to a close, the delegations departed knowing that they had just taken part in a new beginning. Well, except for a few minor things which seemed to stay the same.
What is Merriman having car trouble again? What a shocker. No, just kidding.
And no, it wouldn't be a shocker.
No, not at all. Alright, stay safe out there.
Bon voyage.
I think I actually met you all before when I was in the syndicate as an EMT, but that was over a month ago now, before the syndicate collapsed.
That sounds familiar, yeah.
But your reputation precedes you. I was a little wary to come here at first, but we came because I have always heard that you, the Fireflies, are honest, good people. So...
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're trying to do what we can anyway to make the world a bit safer. And I'm glad to finally meet you all. I've only heard whispers about your group, so I'm really glad that you guys made it down here.
Yeah, we'll come down in the future now that it went well. So.
As the Wolves were the final group to leave, Pete and Harry both decided to ask them a little about their feelings towards the boys of Brenna. If there was going to be any conflicts of interest, they needed to know it now.
Have you guys met the boys of Brenna before tonight, or?
I have earlier a couple times.
Yeah, not like formally.
Yeah.
I met them on girls' night, and I had talked to one of them a little.
They gave
before
me
that,
stuff.
but-
They gave me some stuff before I headed up to find the wolves.
Are you two on positive terms, or at least neutral, relatively speaking?
Neutral, I would describe it.
Okay. Well, at least for the purposes of the
I'd
coalition,
say I've
hopefully,
met them a few times.
nothing between you guys goes any bad ways. We did hear that there might be
It shouldn't.
Good. We did hear that there might be a slight issue with you and them, but
I mean, we definitely don't agree with what they're doing, but we're not gonna kill someone just because we don't agree on something.
I appreciate
We got
that.
bigger problems at hand.
Exactly.
definitely.
Yeah. We so quickly turn to violence when we have a different point of view, and
We consider ourselves anarchists, and I know that's a label that often goes with groups that go around and murder and pillage. But we don't go around and do those things. We think people can live without a structured, settlements and society, and still be good. As long as they have something to give them direction.
My experience with people who use that label is that, I'm not saying this is you, but the typical go-to with that is people who don't take responsibility. Someone will do something from an anarchistic group, and then confront them about it, and the other members will be like, well, that's their given right. We know nothing about it, can't complain to us.
Well, we do believe people have the right to do what they want, so believe those actions have consequences. Regardless, we just don't believe a government is who should, be delivering the punishment, so to speak. The Masquerade have definitely earned what's coming to them. Just because we believe in anarchy doesn't mean we believe people can go around like psychopaths and murder whoever they want.
I did detect the slightest hint of a preconceived take on the wolves from Harry, but as Runa had not risen to the bait, it looked as if these groups were going to get along fine in the future. Societal schisms were one thing, but once a common enemy united them, it was always the start of possible bridges being built between factions.
All right. Well, good luck. Look forward to meeting you guys again, and hopefully doing some damage to these Masquerade people.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna do a patrol tonight.
Yo, all right. I'm gonna get. Oh, Arch is already ahead of it. Look at
Yeah.
him over there at the gate.
Fireflies are getting really effective with that.
You and the code locks, Ego. I swear to God.
I know.
We used to have it all open, But we got fucking robbed. Even the tents were stolen, like daily, so we had to lock her up.
I know. Well, I'm gonna be taking my leave as well. It's been nice knowing that I contributed to this.
Absolutely, man.
We keep
Or
up,
for you, we wouldn't all be here right now. So.
Thanks for the invite, Ego.
Oh, no worries. Give my love to Raven.
I will.
You're always welcome in Pusta, man, wherever you're comfortable.
Thanks, man. It almost feels like a new home,
Consider it a home away from home.
You're always welcome here on my account. Did good.
Thanks, man.
It was time to take my leave, and I told Pete that I might not be back for quite some time. I'd made up my mind. It was time for me to leave Jarnaris. The mystery of my visions needed answers, and I knew that I wasn't going to find them here. But knowing that I always had a place with the Fireflies made me feel better. And with friends like Pete, Irish, and Harry, you were never really, truly alone.
It's been a pleasure. And always remember, the Upfront Coalition.
Upfront Coalition, baby. Time to strike back.
Nice.
So we're the UFC.
No, yes, we are.
We're the UFC.
You're right. Did you do that on purpose, bro?
Yeah, totally.
I love it.
Totally intended.
It's the UFC, dude. I love it.
And so the Coalition had been born, a gathering of the just to see retribution brought down on the heads of the wicked. There were others too, of course, possibilities they would consider but dismiss or put on hold for one reason or another. The Legion, the Sheep, and the Order were all natural potential partners in this endeavor, but all had been absent during outreach missions, and their possible inclusion were considered pending further contacts. The ORCC had been subtly probed and found to be too non-committal, as they put profit before other concerns and would not risk cutting off potential customers, and so kept to their neutrality. The 506th would have made excellent allies in this venture to protect the lands if it wasn't for the fact that they were disliked by almost everyone else due to their aggressive expansionist agenda and brutal administration of their territory. And the clowns, well, they were just too unpredictable. But as it was right now, this coalition would stand or fall with what came next. But I had faith that strength would be found in numbers, and leaders like Harry would be able to safeguard their people to the best of their abilities. With communication established between the groups, it was now up to them to bring civilization and community back to the lands, and give groups like the Masquerade their day in court. As for me, my part in this was over. It was now up to the flies to keep this thing going, because I had other goals to seek on the horizon. Still, my hunt for the Hatter pressed on, but now I also needed to seek knowledge, ancient knowledge, about this red pain festering within me, this shade of the Viper. I had one chance. During my previous hunt for Hatter, I discovered an urban tribe, people who had regressed into spiritual caretakers with knowledge about such things. They were known as the Tricani tribe, and were a group of people from the old capital city of Chernarus, men and women who had regressed into tribal behaviors and effectively exchanged guns for spears, and newspapers and the internet for signs and portents. They in turn had told me of an old shaman living on the Russian steppes far to the north, one whom they all sought answers from during difficult times. They called him the Oracle, and I had to seek him out, for I knew now that I was tainted. Whatever had saved me at Zolotar demanded my attention, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't escape it. I thought of the friends I'd made since returning to Zagoria, the ones I would leave behind. People like the Flies, Greenie, Raven. I sure as all hell hoped that I would see them again one day. As I arrived at the Russian border at Grozovoy Pass, I turned back and took one more look at the Zagorian region I would leave behind. Then I turned around, and though my plight was pressing, I knew that a new adventure was just on the horizon.